gotta find my own way. Gotta go. I don't have time to stay yet. I'm on a mission. I told the genie I'm tired of wishing. It's time to go off of my intuition. I cannot sit and just wait for permission.
Through the hard times, I feel the pain. Through the hard times, I stay the same with desire. I make the change. You and I are meant for this stage. Let's disappear.
Gotta find my own way. Gotta go.
You take away all my fear, and no matter where you go, I'm always near. So far that we climb, so high that we soar. No matter the task, there'll always be more. So let's disappear. Shake out of the atmosphere.
Hello, kings, queens, beautiful people who watch this channel. Today, I'm discussing what every anime-loving fan knows of, the big three. There's been videos and discussions on it for ages, but I'm giving my perspective, because why not? I'm also coming from the perspective of somebody who watched these shows as an older person rather than a really young child, or with the same childhood nostalgia other people have with it attached. So that's the other reason. And if you're not interested in this video, please watch one of my other ones. Right now, the thing is, I like all these series for different reasons. They've all done extremely well. I think the reason why they're often compared is because they're all long-running action shonen series, as well as the fact that they've all sold really well. And like I said, they all have OP protagonists like what's not to love? Naruto got ninjas and fighting, the whole shinobi world, and the whole underdog story. You know, he's an outcast, he's the underdog we're rooting for. He has an ability to inspire other people. You know, we're rooting for him because he's the underdog. With Bleach, I kind of got a different vibe. I felt like the theme with the whole soul world, soul society arc, and the whole that sort of world is more of the themes of the transition from adolescence to adulthood. And One Piece, I love the action and adventure. Now, I don't love these series equally, and they all have flaws in them, but that's here nor there. I'm gonna hit you up with Naruto first. Like I said, it got ninjas and running and some OP music in it, and I knew far more Naruto fans than either the other two, just being factual there, being like from a personal perspective, right? I think that's what I said initially with Naruto. Because even though he's annoying, obnoxious at points, because he's the underdog, we root for him. Also because a lot of the people who were watching Naruto back in the early 2000s were probably also Naruto's age. They were able to relate to him a lot more, you know, whether it's the aspect of being an underdog or the idea of working hard to achieve your dreams, at least at the start of the series, even if there was parts of it I don't like. Sakura, sorry, I couldn't help it. Maybe I'll do a Naruto review at some point. But that's with Naruto. And I kind of like learning about the shinobi world, and like, who doesn't like fights? Fights, you know? Then with Bleach, you know, we have a protagonist, Ichigo. I feel like the thing is with Bleach, I feel like Bleach was always aimed at a slightly older audience. I'm not saying, like, all three of them deal with mature themes, but with Bleach, I always got the impression, even before I started watching it hardcore, that for some reason it was aimed at slightly older people. Outside of the fact the characters just look older. I mean, look at Chad, he looks like he's in his mid-20s. But, I think the thing is with Bleach, it had more of the theme of transitioning from adolescence to adulthood kind of as a theme, and it just got that early 2000s vibe. When I listened to the first opening, I'm like, yeah. I like the music and fights in Bleach as well. That's always the impression I got with Bleach compared to Naruto. I think Naruto and One Piece also appeal to younger kids because of the fighting, and at least with One Piece, it's got the whole adventure aspect and, you know, fights as well, and it has the nature of the plot kind of allows it to run for a very long period of time. Heck, it's still ongoing, but now, if we're talking in terms of sales, then One Piece crushes everybody else. In terms of manga sales, in terms of an anime, I think it's ranked pretty highly. Even in terms of merchandise, like this, One Piece is nearly as old as I am, at least the anime. I think the manga's only a little bit older than I am, and it is on record the best-selling manga of all time. 470 million copies sold. Only one that comes second or close is Dragon Ball Z, which isn't relevant to this discussion. So then it would go Naruto, then Bleach. Like, Bleach did pretty well, though, for itself. It sold 90 million copies in terms of the manga. But I think, like I said, thematically, they're all very different in terms of what appeals to people. Now, some people like all three series. Some people are much more into Naruto, and some people are much more into Bleach. Personally, I'm not that invested in the argument. Like I said, I like them all for different reasons, as stated. Because, like I said, Naruto and One Piece I would have got more into had I watched them younger. Like, I still like them, but it doesn't have the same, like, hit with me, I guess, as I would have been if I was younger and had childhood nostalgia. I think the same kind of goes for Bleach, but I always, again, like I said, got the impression Bleach was meant to be at slightly older audiences. But also, all these series are nearly 20 years old or slightly above that. So, like, other anime series have come over to possibly take its place. Like, people argue whatever the new big three is. Usually, I hear from a lot of people's mouths, even mine, probably My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan are up there, and then the third one you can kind of argue. Maybe Full Metal Alchemist, in my opinion. Don't fight me, but it'd be ranked very high. But I think that's the thing. It's all down to preference as well. Like if I had to choose, depending on the category, if I was going with action, though they all have very good action and fight scenes in them, I'd probably say between Naruto and Bleach personally, even though like One Piece has some good fight scenes too. If we're going in terms of art style I like the most, I'd probably go with Bleach. Even though like Naruto has a cool art style and so does One Piece. If I'm going in terms of music, it's probably a good. They all have pop and music though. I've listened to more songs off Naruto though than I have Bleach or One Piece, but they're pretty level there. Basically, it depends what you like out of each series. I would say I'd probably rank Naruto in terms of like which one I've seen the most, and the issue though I have with all of them is their fillers, which I tend to realize is an issue with a lot of long-running series, is that they all tend to be very filler. They all tend to have a lot of filler in them, which are kind of like, I kind of wanted to skim over. Granted, Bleach ended, Naruto ended, we have its sequel Boruto, which I'll do a separate video on, and One Piece is still going somehow. It never ends. The day that ends, I swear, I'll be shook. But I also acknowledge that the type of series you can make merchandise upon merchandise upon merchandise for the next couple of decades. I mean, they even have One Piece Monopoly, which, not gonna lie, actually does look quite cool and fun to play. But they all have a longevity to them. Maybe not as long as others. And apparently, I heard recently Bleach is coming back for its final arc, and I'm just kind of like, well, that didn't die, I guess. So when it comes to Big Three, it's all your opinion. I'm sorry I'm not as hardcore a One Piece fan as other people. I didn't grow up on it half as much as the other two. And at the end of the day, it's what you like. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you want a part 2 to this, let me know.